Welcome to Ish I Saw on TikTok. In this series, we look at TikToks and some stitched responses where something very prevalent in dating today is discussed. Then finally, I'll provide my commentary at the end of just me being myself, unfiltered and unadulterated. Hi, I'm Janelle, the relationship coach behind The Successful Invisible. I work with successful, savvy, wonderful, professional Black women, single professional Black women who are 35 plus and are seeking just better dating options and have no clue where to start. Check out my links below if you're interested in working with me one-on-one or in a group coach setting. The goal of exploring some of these TikToks is to spark discussion and help you to develop more awareness, including self-awareness, in some of the patterns you've either engaged in or allow in your own dating life. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Men who complain about gold diggers, they have no gold. They have no money. What are you worried about? You're worried about other men's money? That's crazy. Yeah, stack your own bread before you worry about somebody else's.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Humiliation.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you how many men I've stitched that are like, see, this is why you got to worry about these gold. What? Show me a W-2. I want to see how much money you made last year. And I'll tell you if you should be worried about gold diggers, bitch. Don't worry about it. I promise you're okay. You're safe. Don't worry. Women like that only date like high echelon men, like top tier, like money you would never even be, you can't even think of the number. You can't even imagine the number. And like women only date men like that. So they're not looking at you working at Jiffy Lube like, I promise you're good. I promise you're safe. Man works at Pavilions and he's like, I gotta make sure I do a prenup. Don't worry, you can't even afford the lawyer that would have to draft the prenup. Relax, you're fine.
Nobody's stalking you out.
No, I promise you're okay.
I think one of the things that people need to understand is that there's a lot of guys that are worried about girls gold digging on them, but they don't realize that there is no actual gold to dig. Like the guys that are worried about being taken advantage of financially and are afraid of getting themselves a gold digger don't have gold to be dug up.
Yeah, that much money to like.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I get what you mean. Yeah. It's like, bro, you're broke. She's not gonna take anything from you.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want? What do you want me to dig up?
Yeah. Shit.
Quarters.
Yeah,
like if a girl is gold digging, she's gold digging like top tier. She's going like for the creme de la creme. She's not.
Be a gold digger. It's all right to be a gold digger. You better be a gold digger. What else you gonna do? Settle for nonsense? Settle for lack? Settle for being destitute? Handicapped financially? Is that what you want to do? No, you need to be a gold digger. When you are set in mind to have a companion in life, you need to have a companion that can hold your life up with no problem. It's just like having a house, okay? Picture yourself as a house. If the foundation is not stable, is not sure, is not solid, is not reliable, what do you think is going to happen? That house is not going to be standing for too much longer. It's just not. Okay? You need to make sure that you connect with someone that has it going on. But, and that's a strong but, you need to hold your end of the bargain up just as well as he does. Okay? In a feminine way. Not a masculine way. A feminine way. So whatever you provide him, whatever you do unto, for, and with him should be of equal value. Should be of equal value.
Can I just say it's incredibly cringe when a guy who's not rich is worried about a gold digger. It's like me living in the desert, worried every night that I'm going to drown to death. It's not in your realm of reality. Also, rich men don't have a problem with gold diggers. Rich men know that their lifestyle is what sets them apart from other men, and they want a woman who's attracted to that because she then appreciates what he's bringing to the table. So the idea that broke men worry about gold diggers is embarrassing. Incredibly cringe when a guy who's not rich is worried about a gold digger.
Hate it or love it, she's right. If you are a brokey, then just pump the brakes because you are not a gold digger's target audience. Understand, somebody with a scarcity mindset will be the most easily threatened. If you are selfish and starving, you will be hyper protective of your plate. That said, what I think that some men mean, but might not have the ability to effectively articulate, is not so much a frustration with gold diggers per se, but a frustration with entitlement. For example, women who treat and speak on men who do not have access to a certain level of means like they are less than, like they are not man enough. Or average women who truly believe that they deserve and are entitled to a certain level of lifestyle, to every material luxury that they are sold by social media for nothing more than simply existing, and call it standards. Please bear in mind that unrealistic societal standards and expectations are not limited in any one direction or to any specific group. We are all affected, and most of us are guilty of it at some level. I don't think that we would find much disagreement if we looked on the other side of the coin and saw all the entitled men who walk around acting like women should submit to them even though they have nothing to offer, or who treat and talk and speak on women who may be less attractive or overweight like they are inhuman. Anyways, the point of this video was to create a little bit more nuance and food for thought on the topic of gold diggers, because ironically, if you dig a little bit deeper, there's a little bit more gold to be found in what is really going on. And I think it is more about a conversation of entitlement and fear. And yes, cash rules everything around me. People get a little bit crazy when it comes to money.
You know what's amazing to me is that men who panic about women taking from them and bringing nothing to the relationship, or gold diggers, are always men who don't have anything to gold dig. Now, I'm not saying that people should gold dig or shouldn't gold dig, but I'm saying this: why is it always the men who are panicking about the fact that all their stuff is going to get taken? Oh, it's going to get taken. Oh my God, God forbid. Hide your things. Quick, she's coming for the gold. Are the ones who haven't established themselves in life yet. This magical thing happens that when you establish yourself in life as a man, you stop worrying about people gold digging your stuff. You know why? Because you start to understand intrinsically that your worth sometimes depends on, sadly in life, your personality, your looks, your wealth, your achievements. That's just the harsh truth. I know you want to be loved for being the fabulous person that you are, but sadly, people have to love you for some attributes. That's just the way the world works. And biologically, women will find you more attractive if you can provide for her. These days, it's about financial wealth. Back in the caveman days, it was about physical strength. What is so offensive about the fact that you've achieved something and you can provide for her children, which she has to take a break for and be potentially so vulnerable while she's pregnant, breastfeeding, and looking after your children? Why is that so offensive to you? Why is that so offensive? You've really got to ask yourself that maybe you don't like the role of the provider or the role of somebody who is gonna father a family. Then maybe that's why you're so offended by the gold digging thing. Just thought. I don't know.
I put the packet on the glass.
What glass?
The little glass dish in the microwave.
Got it.
I closed the door.
Which door?
The door to the microwave.
A lot of guys are over here focusing on women, but ain't got no money. They ain't gonna worry about, oh, she only want me for my money, but you ain't got no money. So They don't want you at all, sir. You over here wasting time. Go back over there, focus on your money, get your money, make sure you have some money before you call somebody a gold digger if you ain't got no gold to dig. They over here complaining about gold diggers, ain't even got no savings accounts.
Whenever I hear women being called gold diggers, my reaction is, oh, I'm so sorry she doesn't want to be homeless. I'm so sorry she has goals for her kids and she wants to send them to private school. I'm so sorry she wants to live in a safe neighborhood free from crime. And I'm so sorry she doesn't want to have to go work for an employer for 9 hours and then come home and work for her husband and kids. I am so sorry she wants to have one job. Yeah, no. This gold digger term is just a scare tactic by broke men who don't want to put in the work to provide for you. They want you working 2 jobs, your office job and then coming home and doing your second shift at home. No, let's divvy it up evenly. You go provide, husband, and she'll provide by being at home, taking care of the kids, taking care of you. All of the things that you would pay someone else to do, she'll do. That's a job. Her being at home, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids, taking care of you, that's a job in and of itself. So for all the trad people who want traditional marriage, you got to go out and provide while she does her work at home. Tired of this gold digger term for women who just want to have one job instead of 2.
I'm chilling, I'm good, I'm kicking back and I'm vibing. I'm chilling, I'm good, I'm kicking back and I'm
You are a normal, regular civilian. Act like it.
Let's jump into my favorite part of all of the content I post on YouTube, and that's just my thoughts, where I get to kind of express what I feel about whatever we have read or gone over. So let's get into it. All right, so my commentary on this was alluded to a bit in my last video when I spoke about men being gold diggers, but this one is about broke men who are worried about gold diggers. So it is comical, laughable for men who don't have means, who aren't in certain tax brackets, who are always claiming something about gold diggers. Honestly, it is a tool of deflection. So men who say these things are usually they're arguing about concerns, and it's misplaced because, as I said, they do not have the financial means to actually use money or material goods as a tool to attract women. They don't have it, and they all honestly many times weaponize it in they're not dating, they are trying to get sex for free. When a woman who has any expectation of them, anything, I mean taking them, being taken out to dinner on a date, they want to call that woman a gold digger. And the word is overused and oftentimes misused. And where I find this the most, it goes back to dating within your tax bracket, are men who are honestly not that educated. So it's when you date within your tax bracket, you also likely are dating within your same level of education. The men who are overusing and misusing the word gold digger usually barely have a high school education. That may sound classist, but it's true. It's ignorance, and they don't understand the meaning of words. And I've definitely had this exchange with men who say things on social media. I'm like, you don't understand the definition of words. A woman having an expectation of courtship or for a man to pursue her, she's not a gold digger. Part of courtship is the fact that you two are going on social outings together. But this goes back to a lot of people in modern times, purposely or unintentionally, don't understand what dating is. Netflix and chill is not dating. Laying up and sleeping with people is not dating. And that misunderstanding is causing a great disconnect. So men who are always saying, women are gold diggers, they're usually broke. High net worth men don't use that verbiage. High net worth men understand that the women that they wish to attract have a high level of expectation of them. Okay? This is not about high value. I just loathe and despise that term. High net worth, high income earning, men who make a certain amount. Okay? And men who make a certain amount, once again, they understand they can use money as a tool to attract the type of women that they wish to entertain. It's that simple. So broke men worried about gold diggers is A complete red flag. As soon as that word leaves a man's mouth, he is completely, I've shut off any openness that I had to him. If it's just via, online or social media, he's blocked instantly. If it's in person, then I am going to more than likely not pursue anything further with him. Like, why would I do that? Like, you are misusing words and you're trying to make me feel guilty for having an expectation of you, which is foreshadowing for what that relationship with that man would be like. It would be bad. So understand that broke men who use that word, they don't know the meaning of it. They're misusing it. And they're trying to basically shame a woman into accepting nothing and basically being a set of orifices that these men can have sex with. Not to be crude, but that's basically what these men who say this want. They also want to try to extract as much free labor resources that they can from that woman. So this is another thing that I think is very common in the dating experiences of people today. Men are just not, far too many, not all, far too many men are not of the means to date what a lot of men actually want when they're quote unquote dating is they want free sex. And instead of going and employing a sex worker for those services, they want to try to shame a woman who would have an expectation of a nice meal, like a dinner, for having that expectation of him because he's supposed to be interested in dating her. And then those same men who want to shame the woman, if they do pay for it, or even if they don't pay for the dinner, they still want sex in return. So any man who uses that vernacular, that verbiage, please get rid of him. He has a mindset where there are a lot of things about his own identity, his own sense of financial security that he isn't clear on, and they're not your problems to deal with. Those are his problems and his responsibility to grow and develop, etc. So always beware of broke men using the term gold digger or worried about it. They have no gold to dig. They don't have copper. They don't have silver. They don't have minerals. They have nothing to dig. So them saying that is absolutely hilarious. Thank you for joining me today for this episode of Ish I Saw on TikTok. Broke men worried about gold diggers. Hilarious. Anyway, watch this video again and take some notes. Reflect on your current and former romantic situations with men and take your time with this one. Recall if you've ever dated someone or entertained a man who was worried about you taking his money when he had no gold to dig. It is truly hilarious, as I said. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, check out the links below. Also, check out my podcast, The Successful Invisible, next season, publishing soon, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Until next time, this is your relationship coach, Janelle, signing off.